Okay, well, let's jump through at least some of the bigger pools, and just take a quick look at everything. Um, so how the different pools doing? Balancer pool. We're sitting on 133,000 in TVL and regular volume of about 352. Fluctuates honestly from about 300 to 1,000. Um, and then on L2 Polygon, we're sitting on 52K and rough volume of, it looks like around 100 to 700 or so. But some of these larger trades are eating some serious slippage. Yeah, and people are topping up. People are generating. It's a 0.1% APR. Interesting. And then over to sushi, sitting on 20K roughly of liquidity and 150 of volume. Fluctuates. It seems like some unique trades get routed to this. Like I still think like there was a 17K trade in here a while back.
So I do know that I tested that pool a little while ago. I think it was like, not a lot, but it didn't give me back the WEF.
Oh, did you deposit into it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely not one that we should probably calculate in the something's off with it. But.
Yeah, well, so sushi, like, it probably gave you back WETH rather than ETH.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's because sushi's good, like in terms of like vettedness. I used to be a huge sushi fan. I really liked their platform, but they've gone kind of funky. So their infrastructure is good. Like they're not a bad, they're not exploitative.
Yeah. It might be on the bridge or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to take a quick look with you.
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool. So it still is funny to me. Like I'm like, who's in this pool? Might be worth a quick look. Let me see.
Are they getting sushi rewards for being in the pool?
Oh no.
No.
That's what you have to use like X token or some of the other decentralized platforms. It's interesting to talk about layers of permissionless involvement. It's like Aave, it's decentralized but permissioned, versus like Rari was decentralized and permissionless. And so anybody could kick up a lending pool for better or for worse. And so sushi is permissionless creation, but if you want yield or like yield to it, you have to like get their permission and incentivize it. Yeah, you get the idea.
Because and then I just recently understood with Balancer, it's programmatic, so you get the BAL as long as you're staking, but obviously the more you're staking and putting in the liquidity pool, the more BAL you get.
That's right. They gamified their they created a permissionless marketplace for incentives to be allocated based on, are you the current winner of the Monopoly game? And so people that have tons of VE BAL can allocate to the pools that they want to have it. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. It's because it's kind of like Monopoly. If like you got a hotel on Park Place and somebody lands on it, you're screwed. And so like it's the longest term in people that are involved. Like it creates a game that rewards people that have been in it the longest.
Well, and that aren't leaving, right? Like that was the problem, is that whales would just continually, 100% pull their liquidity out as soon as they're done. This at least keeps some in the game.
You're right. Yeah, it's lots of things there, but yeah, it's an interesting examination of
Hmm.
game mechanisms. And there's VE33. Anyway, we can talk about these things in a second, but let's jam through on the bank token and talk about just some of the high level working group updates and like. Um, Looking good on Bank ETH 308. You know, and daily volume of 1.36, which is great. So those fees just cranking up. So bank for ETH, ETH for bank, people are swapping back and forth. And people are topping it up too. It's good. It's good. I think just an important acknowledgement is see what the bankless vault, how much the multisig holds. Come on now. All right, 279,000. So again, 2/3 of that pool, maybe 3/4. It's great. And then Arrakis continues to be. Bring up Arrakis. It did a snazzy redesign, which doesn't work on my Google. So we're sitting on 6.91 APR, which is great. So and it's been topped up 35.23. I think that's part of what's been added to the Uniswap pool. And again, this is great because it's like the DAO provides just good infrastructure, and Arrakis creates positions for retail investors to participate and be involved. I think just looking at two real quick. So we're sitting on 10.07 ETH and 1.1 bank. So continues to climb day in, day out. It's a good little moneymaker. And last one, the rare fuse. I continue to want to just leave this up there until this is fully depreciated. And the network might be slow, so. Yep.
Slight
Okay.
slight sidetrack while you're spinning there. So would we eventually be tracking the bankless loan stuff too on this update when that
You
happens?
know, yeah, we could. So bankless loans is technically just like it's a front end for the Liquidity platform.
Yeah.
So it's not actually related to the bank token, but it is a moneymaker for the DAO. Um,
Yeah.
so
So
yeah, we
it's not
yeah,
for borrowing and lending bank per se, but just the front end to their platform.
you got it. It's they created a protocol and kind of like Uniswap created the protocol, and then they said, hey, who wants to like feel free to create a front end, and they also created a front end. Their front end is OFAC compliant, while anyone could create a front end on the Uniswap protocol and do and that's permissionless.
Okay.
Liquidity did the same thing. They're like, here's the guts, you know, here's a default front end, customize it the way as you will.
Okay.
So
So
we're still
eventually
sitting
we'll be
on,
able to watch it.
yeah, we'll be able to watch it and pay, yeah,
Okay.
see like, oh, how are we doing there? I think it's worth probably a check in because like they've been stalled out for about a year, honestly. I might just ping them real quick.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard some recent chatter from them, and I think there was a discussion in the forum posted semi recently. That's why I was just curious. And then yeah, I've checked out their site, but it's kind of like a mock site. It's not really showing you what you can do.
Yeah. It's. I just reached out to Birdman. Maybe we can get a blast from the past. Hear how they're doing over there. I think that they're done. I think that they're just worried about legality and is this okay, which is 100% appropriate. Um, well, so wrapping up though, the bankless infrastructure we are sitting on, 8.7K bank, which is roughly 1.111114 million bank that has been loaned out and still generating yield.